pregnant and lactating people were systematically excluded from all of the trials. So it's a good question. I will say, as a high risk obstetrician, I have seen COVID up close and personal. And so the things that worry us about COVID during pregnancy is it's more severe. So if you are pregnant and you get infected with COVID, your risk of ending up in the intensive care unit is increased 3 times. Your risk of having a machine that has to breathe for you increased 3 times. Your risk of death is increased twice. And so I don't want to scare people because the absolute numbers, like that's not going to happen to most pregnant people who get COVID. So no need to be terrified, but the risks are significantly higher if you're pregnant. So we know that. In terms of the vaccine, pregnant women were excluded, but there's no reason to think that pregnant women would have any less of an effect in terms of the effectiveness than non-pregnant patients, number one. Number two, what are the potential risks of the vaccine, theoretically? So with the mRNA, I told you it's super fragile. Like that's why you need a second shot of it. That's why they had to figure out how to wrap it up in fat. In a lot of studies, the mRNA is gone within 5 hours. So the likelihood that that mRNA is going to get over, through the placenta to the baby to cause any impact is exceedingly low. And can I say that with confidence? I want to be completely honest. Pregnant women weren't in the trial, so I can't say it. But really the risk benefit that we're weighing is the risk of getting COVID. And I know what COVID does in pregnancy. It's nothing nice. It's horrible. I've seen people who were healthy on a Friday and it's death's door in the ICU on a Wednesday. Versus the theoretical risk of the vaccine, which are actually very low. Like that's really what I'm weighing as a high risk obstetrician. And so in my opinion, the risk of COVID are significantly greater than the risk of the vaccine. But in the absence of data, I'm telling all of my patients, it is a completely personal decision. There is no judgment. It is perfectly reasonable to say, we weren't in the trial, so I will wait. Thank you very much. But it's all about balancing risk and benefits. And it's not a matter of getting the vaccine or not. The choices are actually how do each of us exit this pandemic? The choices are COVID or vaccine. And I think the risk of the vaccine are likely lower.